Hey, uh, welcome to the tutorial. This is how we're gonna do our multiple apps. And I've seen it in a way, seen it in a video, not too sure, but I have seen it in a video of how we can make our apps a lot more cleaner by putting them in a folder, making it a lot more easier and a little bit more simpler for our projects. Uh, the video was a little bit fast paced, but I want to show you in my own way, uh, my own little tutorial on how we can do that a lot more better. Just a little bit of simplicity, a little bit of up and downs. All right, let's get into it. So, uh, I've made our to-dos super early, just to be a little bit more ahead so we could avoid some stuff of like step one, we have to, oh, let's create our environment. So for our environment, we are going to call it I'm going to call it Pi3 NV. And it just created our environment folder right now. So after we get done creating our environment, now we should be able to activate our environment. And how we're going to activate our environment, we go into source, our environment. Inside our environment, there is a file called bin, and in the bin file, we are going to activate that. Now our environment is absolutely activated. Next step for us, we would need to install Django. There you go. Oh, there's a success. Just give you a glimpse of what it's going to look like. All the successing using cache. And Django has successfully been installed. So let me get clear view. There you go. Now, next on our list, we need to create our project folder. So for this one, we're going to say Django dash admin start project. And we're going to have to name our project folder. So for this one, I'll call our project folder demo. And key thing you should think of if you're a newcomer, if you're new to this video, you never want your demo, your project folder to be the same name as your apps. No, it can get hectic. Trust me, it can get very, very detrimental in the way you're thinking of naming stuff when we are doing a bigger process of our projects. So from here on, now our next step is it wants us to change the directory into our project folder. And now we're within our project folder. So to make sure everything is working fine, like I do want to make sure stuff is working fine. So we're going to run Python. We're going to run the manage.py run server, and that should give us our development server, our local host. Click that. All right. Everything's going good with our project so far. Everything's going a lot more swell. So after that, I'm going to end that. And we're gonna get right straight into our main process. The main process is to make our app a lot more cleaner. So our file management a lot more clean. So here we are. We have the demo. We have the manage.py inside our project folder. And within the project folders folder, we have all of our apps. So this is what we want to do. We're going to have to create the apps folder within our start projects folder. So from here, make directory, new folder, and we're going to make a new directory called apps. There you go. And now from here, we're going to change that directory into apps. And this will all be awesome. So from the apps folder inside our terminal, we are going to make multiple files that are going to work. So from here, I would need to from inside the apps folder. My bad. Inside the apps folder, we are going to create the app. Now this is going to be very different in a way if you're starting out how to make it. This is a little bit advanced once you get up there. And the first app I want to create for whatever, we're going to create our users app. Okay. Now I want to get a good test in doing real apps. So our next app we're going to do blogs, and just to add in a third one, we're going to add in surveys. There we go. So now we have 3 apps. So next thing we would like to do, okay, we're not messing with our terminal right now. We'll come back to that in a minute. So now we have to go to our projects folder, settings.py. So let's open up the demo, our projects folder, and we're going to go into settings.py. And thing that they want us to do in settings.py, we have to go to the installed apps, and we have to add the folder apps and the name of the app within the folder. That is how different this is going to be. So installed apps, parentheses, single. We're going to go to apps dot, and the first one we created, users, comma. Let me just also created apps. Okay, our next app, apps dot blocks. Okay, and our last apps dot surveys. And I always leave a comma at the end just to make sure if I keep creating more and more apps to the idea, I don't have to add a comma that much. So it's better to think ahead. And all right, so from doing that, within the apps folder, go to the app.py file and change the names of each app. So I didn't work that one good enough. That's just me telling you all, telling me that from users, we're going to start there. We're going to go to apps.py. And then there will be a name feature here. So what we're going to add is apps. Because if we don't add the folder using dot notation, our machine can get confused of where is our apps, because they're not regularly inside this folder, or they're not, regularly lying around. So that's where we have users. And we're going to do that for the same way to the other ones. Apps, and look that up. Let's go here. And once again, apps. Save it. Okay. These have all been saved. Next part. Change directory back to the projects folder where we have manage.py, cd space 2 dots, demo, ls, we have manage.py. So what we want to do here is Python 3 manage.py migrate our new names, and the project is now different. And it's going to give us all these AOKs. So now, if you want to know if this actually works, let me go here real quick. Okay, now we can get a good test. So this is how we'll know it worked. So Python 3 manage.py run server. No errors here. Perfect. And that is how you make a neater project file with your apps. That is how you do it. And I will see you in the next project.